I'm being forcibly removed from the building again of a public lobby, so.
So if you want to take off that gun and badge, I'm happy to scrap with you one day. You want to do it, let's do it. Let me know, buddy.
That is not a crime, and you're telling me to get out of my vehicle.
Do you know where Lieutenant Mingus is right now? So, no, he's not in the building?
I don't know. I'm not.
What do you know? I'm not telling you nothing else until I find out who's driving that vehicle. You not a supervisor, bro. I need somebody higher than you right now.
I didn't break the law. I'm not going to be found guilty of anything. This is a waste of time. If you guys want to know who I am, I'll tell you who I am. Okay. You want to know what I'm doing here? I'll tell you what I'm doing here.
If you didn't know, I went to the police academy and they kicked me out.
That's my purse! I don't know you!
Spit me on my face right now! She spit in my face!
Today's video takes us to the Washington State Trooper's Office, where we find our good buddy Glenn Serio, more affectionately known as Glenda, as in duh. Yeah, this was part of a 1 hour and 20-minute live stream, which I've broken up into several parts. I never uploaded this live stream before because it was so darn long, but I've taken little snippets for your viewing pleasure. So sit back, watch, and enjoy!
Why are you still here?
Well, I mean, this is a public...
Shouldn't you go up to Snohomish County?
This is a public building, right? I can stay here as long as I want, right?
No, you cannot.
I cannot.
You saw the hours of operation on the door.
Okay, so when it closes, I can stay here from open to close.
If you want to.
Okay. So, and if I just want to stand here and take some pictures of the building, I probably don't need you here, right? I could probably send you back to work, right?
Well, you don't get to send me anywhere.
Well, I mean, if we don't just pay you to do nothing, right?
I don't know.
I mean, that's not what I pay you for, right? I pay you to serve and protect.
I'm not doing nothing right now. I'm dealing with a citizen.
But you've already said you're done with me, right? You've already...
No, I don't know why you're still here because we already talked.
Like I said, maybe I want to take pictures of the hallway.
Go ahead.
Okay. I don't need you here to do that.
I know, but I can stand here.
Right, but then you're wasting taxpayers' money, right? If you're just standing here.
For all the viewers who are new to my channel, this is Glenn Serio. I've affectionately nicknamed him Glenda, as in duh, like Homer Simpson. Yeah, one of my favorite all-time Frauditors, but he ran into a bit of trouble with the police and he hasn't posted in over a year. Oh man, I miss you, Glenda. Please come back.
Or are you wasting taxpayers' money?
No, because I work for a private company.
Okay.
I don't work for the city.
Oh, so you occupying my time with this is not a waste of the time.
I'm not. I've dismissed you. You've been dismissed 5 times.
Okay.
You've been dismissed.
Okay.
You've been sent back to work.
I understand, but...
But what? But what?
You're not my boss.
You work for me, right?
No, I don't.
You don't work for me.
For a captain. And that captain then works for the chief, who works for the governor. And you've elected the governor. So if you have a problem with the way the state patrol is and the way our structure is, your avenue as a public person is through your elected officials.
So you're saying that the people can't suggest you to do your job?
They can suggest all they want, yes.
Okay. So...
And we actually do. With citizens' calls and complaints about things going on in our communities, and we devote resources to it if it is a need. So yes, we do that.
Okay. Well, I think our conversation is long done. I think we're probably like...
You know what? That is one thing I would agree with you on.
Well, there you go. That's something they could both agree on. Hey, this is a picture of Glenda when he was at some George Floyd protest a couple years back, and yeah, he was tear gassed multiple times. Not directly, but yeah, he stuck around until the very end, and this is how he looked. Disheveled. Well, he always looks disheveled, but even more so in this picture. Oh, I like that time when he got a dose of the hot sauce too. That was a great video.
Okay, so I'm going to say it one more time. You're available to go back to work. You are dismissed.
Okay.
Sergeant Longoria.
Yeah, I'm not a sergeant. I'm a lieutenant.
Lieutenant Longoria. Sorry about that. So, Lieutenant Longoria, you are dismissed.
Right.
Okay?
It does. Yep.
Okay.
Okay.
Yep. Just gonna see if you go back to work.
I'm going to see if you leave.
That might be 4:30. Close it at 4:30 or 5?
Say 5.
5 o'clock, okay.
Yeah.
I think the hours of operation on Google are.
Until 8 tonight.
Okay. Sure.
So, what company do you work for?
I think you can read it on my coat, right?
Yeah. So Honeywell's fine with you working and being here
Well, I mean,
on the clock?
well, who says I'm working right now?
Well, I don't
And who says I work at the site? Maybe I work from home.
Right, I understand, but right now you're not doing any work for Honeywell, correct?
Correct.
Right.
That's correct. And I kind of make my own hours, honestly. So when I decide to do my work, I do my work.
That's good.
Yeah, Glenn was formerly employed by Honeywell. We don't know what he did there, but we know he doesn't work there now. He hasn't worked there in quite a few years. Yeah, we're not sure if he was fired. We're not sure what was happened. Yeah, he probably ate too much one day, got into a food coma, and didn't wake up in time to go to work. Who knows? Yeah, that's too bad, Glenn. Sounds like you had a promising career there.
That's right. So that's what happens when you go to school and you work and you learn something. That's right. So that's what happens when you go to school and you work and you learn something. That's right. So that's what happens when you go to school and you work and you learn something. I've actually studied English, and I have over a 400 level education in English. You know?
That's good.
Yep.
I'm happy for you.
I don't just go to a trooper academy and, do some trooper training and,
Again, you're making a lot of assumptions about people, aren't you?
well, I'm sure there's a trooper academy.
There is.
Yeah, so I don't think it's an assumption. I think I'm pretty right. So,
But the assumption is that by what you said is that troopers are not educated.
well, the problem is I've already brought it up to you that some of your troopers are being not trained properly.
Well,
And if this guy is allowed to be on the streets, he is a danger to the public.
there's a way to do that. There's a criminal justice training commission down in Burien, and they govern all the law enforcement training for the state. And if you have a problem with the way officers are being trained in this state, is where you would address it.
So if I fear for my life, that's a problem, right?
Glenn, I don't see how you could fear for your life. All you have to do is fall on someone and they'll be incapacitated. As far as bullets go, your fat would absorb them, or they would bounce off you, one of the two. Look at that massive frame, Glenn. Oh, I don't like to fat shame people, Glenn, but I could only imagine how you look considering this picture was taken almost, what, a year and a half ago? Oh, my goodness.
But see, you're talking about training. Now you're saying about fearing for your life. I fear for my life at times too, but it doesn't.
Right, but I'm not the one with the gun, right? You have a whole arsenal on your belt, right?
No.
You're fully equipped
One gun.
to subdue someone
Why do you keep re-engaging with me on things?
because you are here.
I know I'm here. This is where I work.
You work. You're supposed to be up there doing your job.
You don't know what I do or where exactly.
Why don't you tell me?
I don't need to tell you. I work.
You work.
Yes.
Okay. You're the only one that works, or
No.
okay.
We have a lot of great people here that work.
I'm sure you do, but not all of the troopers are great.
Okay.
Not every trooper in the world is great. You understand that?
Let me.
There's good and there's bad, right?
Let me ask you a question about yourself. When was the last time you did something for someone else?
I do stuff for people all the time.
Such as?
I buy lunch for people almost every day.
Right.
Every day, I will spend money. I don't care if you pay me back. I don't give a shit.
Okay.
It's on me.
Right.
Glenn doesn't buy lunch for anybody except himself. When the people at Taco Bell see him park his car, they go, oh no, that guy is back. And they don't know what to do because his lunch order is going to be huge. Yeah, Glenn, you never bought lunch for anybody, not even your mama.
What do
So
you do in your local community to improve the community?
what do I do for local communities?
Yeah, what do you do in your local community to improve things for the citizens?
You mean like-
all citizens of that that.
You mean like a homeless run?
I don't know. I'm just asking. I don't
Okay.
know. I want to get a little.
So obviously I'm not rich. I'm not Kobe Bryant, right? So I don't have millions of dollars, right?
Okay. But,
To,
yeah, but it doesn't matter.
sure it does. You have a budget, right? Everyone's got a budget, right?
But I mean, you know, anybody can help out with things.
Right.
In the community.
Sure. Hello.
Hello, sir.
Name and badge number?
Trooper McMurtry, 795.
Thanks. Appreciate it. Anyways,
No, I'm good. Thanks. Have a good day.
so local communities, what do I do in my free time to support local communities, right? Like a homeless run or, you know.
I don't know.
Right, but what?
Please look closely at the frame on Glenn Serio and tell me if he's ever run anywhere except to possibly the refrigerator to get a second helping. Yeah, come on now, a homeless run? Is that what he said, a homeless run? Oh, Glenn, oh my goodness.
Have I done or what do I do every weekend or?
I don't know anything about you.
Right, you're asking me. I'm just trying to get more information about the question.
Your local community to help the community.
So I've helped homeless drives before.
Okay.
I don't do it all the time.
Good.
But I know a lot of people involved in that and they invite me to do it all the time. And I'm offered to go to places like Rhode Island, New York, and do it and help the community. Okay. So I don't do it all the time, but once in a while, yeah. Let's say once a month.
Okay.
That's a good number.
Good.
How about you?
About every day that I work.
You help the community every day.
Yeah.
What do you do to help the community every day?
Different things through my duties, right? Either help people alongside the road.
Right.
Help some people that are addicted to drugs. Help people in various ways.
Right. So if you are a good cop, then that's great. That's great news. That's what we want. We want good cops, right? Is that correct?
Yeah.
There you go. Thank you. We want good cops on the road. We don't want dangerous cops on the road, right?
Sure.
So if you are doing those things, that's great because that's exactly what you're supposed to do. You're supposed to serve and protect and help the public. Mm-hmm. Not supposed to arrest people that are not criminals. You're not supposed to threaten people's lives and arrest people that are non-criminal. Right, but I don't know if you understand what I'm talking about because if you did, you would say, you know, I'm concerned about my officer. I didn't like what happened. I think things could have went better.
Yeah, there you have it, folks. We're going to leave it there for today because this live stream was 1 hour and 20 minutes long. We don't want to watch an hour and 20 minutes. We can barely get through 15 minutes. No doubt about that. But if you enjoy watching idiots, imbeciles, and morons on my channel like Glinda, please subscribe. As always, thanks so much for stopping by. Cheers to that.